Good evening, Rambler fans, and welcome to the season finale of the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Griffin Rebecca.
And I'm Maura Guthrie. We begin with a look at men's volleyball. The Ramblers wrapped up their season with a semifinals loss to the number 2 seed Lewis University on Wednesday night. In his final game as a Rambler, senior Mike Bunting led with 17 kills. This secures his spot as number 4 in Rambler history with 1,349 career kills.
The softball team is back at 500 after defeating Purdue 3-1 on Wednesday. Olivia Bell and Lauren Zaworski led the Ramblers offense, which saw 7 of its 9 starters collect at least 1 hit on the day.
Now we'd like to acknowledge Ben Avercamp and Walt Gibbler of men's basketball. Today the pair were named to the National Jesuit All-Academic Team. This is Gibbler's second time earning the honor. Congratulations to both Gibbler and Avercamp.
Also in basketball news, the men are going international. Porter's Pack will be in Italy from August 9th to the 24th, and you're invited. The trip will consist of games in 4 different cities, as well as service work and educational opportunities. Fans can see the Rambler team overseas through Basketball Travelers, Inc.
This week, Ricky Zoo Mallen goes inside the locker with producer Garrison Carr to find out how his completely falsified, illustrious previous athletic career provided the inspiration for the Rambler Sports Locker.
Hello, friends. I'm Ricky Zoo Mallen, and today we're speaking with our very own Garrison Carr about a very serious topic. How would you feel if you were not allowed to participate in something simply because you were too good? Garrison, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure to be here, Ricky. Anytime I can bring awareness to such a difficult topic, I'm more than happy to do so. So
take us back. You had a pretty successful high school career, and how did you feel when you first found out you would not be allowed to participate in Loyola athletics?
Well, I was pretty crushed. You know, when you really care about something that deeply, it's difficult to deal with that when it gets taken away from you like that.
Now, when Dr. Calhoun took over last spring, you thought you might still have a chance to participate. What did you go in? What did you speak with her?
Well, yeah, I sat down with Dr. Calhoun just about right away and pled my case. You know, I told her, you know, Dr. Calhoun, I want to bring the pride back to Rambler basketball. I want it to be Jerry Harkness, LaRue Martin, Alfrederick Hughes, Garrison Carr. You know, there's a great tradition with Loyola basketball, and I told her I wanted to bring that back. And you know, it didn't work out, but you know, I think that some good did come of it.
Now, fortunately, you have been able to express yourself athletically through intramural sports here on campus. Did you have the same success in intramurals?
Yeah, my intramural teams have won I think 42 championships during my time at Loyola. But I mean, you know what they say: after 27, you lose count. So it may be more, maybe less. I'm not sure.
Okay. So, what is your favorite feat of all your athletic accomplishments?
Boy, that's a tough one. I think my favorite one might be the 18 consecutive perfect games in bowling, or maybe when I threw and caught 7 touchdown passes in the same game, the same touchdowns. That was fairly impressive. You know, that was fun.
And you also shot a 19 in a round of golf when you were a junior in high school. Hole number 7. You're only non-hole-in-one on that. Tell me what happened there.
Well, you know, took a 2-iron from 455 yards away, was in great shape, landed it on the green, rolled up to the hole, and thought it was good, but you wouldn't believe this, but a chipmunk hopped out of the hole and stopped the ball short. Ridiculous.
Now, how in the world does this relate to the Rambler Sports Locker?
Well, you know, I figured if I couldn't participate, I wanted to be able to cover the sports, and I wanted to give other people the opportunity to cover the sports that they love as deeply as I do.
I see. That makes sense. So who did you first approach about taking on this bold endeavor?
Oprah. Her show was just ending around that time, and thought that, you know, shoot for the stars. But instead we ended up with Maura Guthrie and Griff Rebecca and Kelsey Ping and of course you. And you know, that's my dream team. I think that it worked out about as well as it possibly could have.
Okay. So now as you get ready to graduate, this being your last show, our last show, what stands out in the last year plus?
I think mostly the improvement of everyone. You know, there may have been rough patches along the way, but everyone has really improved, and it's a completely different show than when we started, and I think that's something everybody can be proud of.
So what does the future hold for you and for the Rambler Sports Locker?
Well, you know, despite the fact that us seniors are leaving and this is our last show, I think that there's really rich tradition in place that is going to be carried on by our great group of juniors. And I think it'll be fun to come back and keep tabs on everybody and just kind of see where the show goes. I think that it's safe to say that it's become a tradition unlike any other here at Loyola.
It certainly has. And as someone who has made it and been successful in YouTube production, what advice would you give to those with similar dreams and who want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, it's a hard industry to break into, obviously, uploading videos to the internet. But, I think the key is just when you hit a rough patch, plow through it. There are rough patches and everything, but despite what you may think, the world rarely conspires against you. So I think that that's what I would tell everybody, just to push through it and make it happen.
Great. Yep. Well, Garrison, thank you for joining us. You've been inspiration for all of us. Back to you guys at the desk.
My pleasure, Ricky.
It seems like just yesterday that the sports locker was just a twinkle in Garrison's eye.
So funny. How did he even say that? That was good for him. Well, with graduation approaching, the Loyola men's soccer team will lose some key senior players and leaders. Maura, Sean Keenahan, and Steve Manney caught up with the coach Ites to talk about how the team will adjust for the fall season.
The Loyola men's soccer team is feeling the pressure as they get ready for the 2012 season. With 4 championships under their belt, they expect only the best.
Expectation is that we go to the national tournament again and that we win our conference. In the last 6 years here at Loyola, we've won 4 championships. So the expectation is pretty clear that you're here to win.
After a successful Horizon League tournament run last year, Loyola welcomes 9 new recruits to the men's soccer team. As they say goodbye to 8 promising seniors, they prepare for a fresh beginning this fall.
8 seniors, and in that senior class was full of captains as well.
Coach Ites welcomes 9 new recruits to the team and prepares for a fresh dynamic on the field.
We're losing 8, bringing in 9, it's starts at the recruiting process and identifying guys that are going to fit in, and then guys are really going to push our current players.
Ites believes that this will be an easy transition with some top returners taking the reins.
Guys that that we can count on next year are going to be Pete again. He's coming back, and you got James Howe, who was a central midfielder who was recognized as an all-conference player during the regular season.
Flaunting the campus's highest average GPA, the team has the confidence and the expectation to achieve their ultimate goal.
This is the 3rd year now that we've had the highest graduating GPA for a male athlete, and we'll have it again next year.
For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Maura.
Best dressed, cutest couple? How about best team? The round table is here to weigh in with their opinions on Rambler's superlatives.
Thanks, guys. I'm Nick Amatangelo, joined by Stefan Geiges and Brittany Nelson. It's been a wonderful year in Rambler athletics, but what has stood out to you guys as the top players and top teams for the year?
Well, although they're coming off of a tough lose last night, my Athlete of the Year pick comes from the men's volleyball team. Peter Jositis is, the new head libero of the team, and he's come out and he's been really consistent throughout the entire season. He got a MEVO award, I think it was just last week. Close second though, Joe Smalzer. He's been consistent for the last 2 years, so that's my thought.
I'm gonna switch to. We had a rough season for basketball, but to say the least. But Joe Crispin had a great year. Freshman year came out. Team didn't play well, but I'm excited for the future. He's gonna carry us hopefully to a tournament someday.
Hopefully. I have to give it to Britt Gardner. She has just been phenomenal. She's a sophomore pitcher for the women's softball team. She has actually just last week she pitched a no-hitter against Cleveland State. That was her first career no-hitter, and on Tuesday she 2-hit Northwestern in a 1-0 victory. So she has just been on fire. She's one of the top pitchers, and we still have 2 more years of her. So I'm really excited that what she brings to the table for us.
And softball's hot right now.
Oh, very hot.
Led by Brittany Gardner. Good things happen in softball.
Yes. They're currently sitting second in the standings, but they play Valpo this weekend, and if they do very well against Valpo, they could overtake them before the end of the conference season next weekend. They also play Detroit, and Detroit's one of the weaker teams in softball this year, so anything's possible. And when you have Brittany Gardner on the mound,
lights out,
they could do very well.
Bring some glory back to Loyola.
Exactly. It's been a good year for our teams. Men's soccer was fantastic.
You can't argue a Horizon League championship, so yeah.
They played well against Bradley too in that first game of the tournament, so Good year for Rambler soccer.
Yeah, I mean, and even the sports that we didn't do so well in, there's a lot to look forward to for the future. I know women's soccer had a rough streak, but they're very young. They have a lot of returning starters. So even though they didn't have a great year, they're going to come back strong, and it's going to be a good year for them next year.
Going off that again, going back to basketball, Porter Moser, I'm excited. I'm excited for next year. Yeah. He's going to do wonderful things. They're going to Italy. It's going to good start to the season.
Well, we'd like to thank all of the Rambler athletes out there. We are nothing without you guys, so thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. For Stefan Geigas and Brittany Nelson, I'm Nick Amatangelo. Back to you guys at the desk.
Every Thursday night, we here at the Rambler Sports Locker come together to give you 15 minutes of the freshest information on Loyola athletics. But have you ever wondered what we do in all that time between shows? Joe Flaherty went behind the scenes to show you what life here at the Sports Locker is all about.
5, 4, 3, 2.
There's a lot more than what meets the eye that goes into each episode of the Rambler Sports Locker. Whether it's behind the scenes work in the studio or work in the field, we here at the Sports Locker work from Thursday to Thursday getting interviews, recording practice footage, editing videos, and much more to bring you the most comprehensive view of Rambler athletics available. I sat down with our co-producer Stephen Manney to get a little taste of what a week of work looks like from his point of view.
Starting on Friday, we're sending emails to people that we want on our show, to guests, and to other people that we want to film in packages. We're starting to send emails to the athletic department so we can get a hold of. Then throughout the course of the week, we shoot interviews, a lot of practice, a lot of games. We go to them. Sometimes we get to go into the press conferences. And then usually on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays, we edit everything together that you see in our final show. By the time we show up here next Thursday, there's really not too much left to do. Everything's written, filmed, edited, except for what you actually see on the desk that we're sitting right around. We're unique because everyone who's here is here not as a class. You're not receiving credit, you are not receiving a stipend for it. They're here simply to gain experience and because they enjoy it.
You heard right. The Rambler Sports Locker is not a course offered by Loyola for credit, nor is it a paid position. So why even start a weekly sports show in the first place? I spoke with our founding member, Garrison Carr, to answer that question.
In November of 2010, I approached Professor Brasseth and asked him, what was this new studio being used for? As you can see, it's, really state-of-the-art and brand new. And he said, nothing really. And so I said, well, could I start something? And he goes, yeah, you want to do a sports show? And I said, sure. He goes, then we're doing a sports show. And we started in February of 2011 and have done it every semester since then. What makes the Sports Locker unique would be the fact that everyone here is passionate about it because, we don't get credit for it. So that you have to really be passionate about it to come here and take the initiative to join up and take part of the workload. You have to be really into the subject, and I think everyone that we have here is really interested in not just sports but broadcast media, and so that lends it to a very good environment for us, and I think we all have way more fun than any other group on campus.
Here at the Sports Locker, we feel like the fun we have, as well as our camaraderie, define us as a group, and that cohesiveness creates a positive, work-friendly environment.
We have a lot of fun, and we're able to get things done and work together and just have fun while we're doing it. I mean, a lot of times it can be kind of stressful working towards a deadline and everything like that, but everyone with the Facebook group and everything like that is really good at communicating, and we hang out outside of it. We have like a really cool, charismatic group here, and everyone gets along with everyone else in their own different way.
You collaborate well, you work well together. Sometimes it's kind of, crazy, but all in all it gets done and it works well, and you obviously all get along.
We have a lot of very passionate people who love to be there every week and have so much fun doing it. You have people who come in and love what they're talking about and love Loyola sports and love Chicago sports or whatever, and just have a great time doing it.
So even as we prepare to say goodbye to some of our founding members this semester, we're happy to say that the Sports Locker will still be your weekly source for all things Rambler athletics. We'll still be working Thursday to Thursday to deliver you 15 minutes worth of passion, dedication, hard work, and a plain old good time. Or as we like to call it, the Rambler Sports Locker. Reporting for the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Joe Flaherty.
Well, nobody can say that we don't know how to have fun.
Oh, we sure do. We sure do. I'm going to miss this place.
Well,
Well, that is going to do it for our last show this spring. Make sure you like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
and from all of us here at Rambler Sports Locker, have a great summer, and best of luck to our fellow graduating seniors. Griff?
Oh, Maura, I know.
Thanks for stopping by the Sports Locker.
Don't forget to turn
off
off the
lights.